Ron Hooper is a pioneer in the telephone industry. He's gone up against giants such as Ma Bell and AT&T and not only survived, but he thrived. And now he's building a new kind of phone company. Robin McElhatton shows us just how he's doing it.
Orders come in here off of email.
Ron Hooper spent more than 10 years running small renegade discount phone companies before starting the Avernex Communications Group 3 years ago. Now he's turning his dream into reality.
We're building a multi-billion-dollar telephone company here. We can really see ourselves 5 and 10 years from now having switches strategically located all over the world, tied together with intelligent data links, and creating a virtual network exchange. Back here.
Avernex is different from other telephone companies. It's part phone company, part software company.
The thing that's real special about our enterprise is that we've automated our entire operation, and we can basically drop this operation into a country or anywhere in the world and accommodate it to the language and the currency and the issues that are conducive to that environment.
Hooper is building what he calls the virtual corporation of tomorrow. Since all back-office functions are automated, he runs this global operation with a small staff of 50 people.
This would be considered a network control center. So we have switches, 9 switches in Europe, we have a switch in the United States, we have a switch in Australia, and we're about ready to add a switch into Japan. So all of the network control center for all those switches, all the diagnostics, all of the alarms are set here in the United States, along with support help that we have in each one of those countries.
80% of the company's revenues come from its international long-distance services. But Hooper's real pride is the flagship product, AVOX, or Avernex Virtual Office Exchange. AVOX is a unified messaging communication service. It works with any phone network. It automatically routes calls to wherever you are, up to 4 different numbers.
So it knows this is my primary phone, so it's ringing that. If I don't answer that within 3 or 4 rings, it'll cycle through all the telephone numbers in 55 seconds or less. So when I didn't pick this up, it's already starting to put out a phone call on my cellular phone.
AVOX also has fax, voicemail, and email capabilities.
Thank you for using the Avernex network. Goodbye.
Hooper's drive and persuasive personality are evident. His strength is developing the long-term vision for his company and convincing others to buy into that vision.
Somebody asked me when I was young, I must have been 8 or 9 years old. I was one of the first, one of these paperboy stories, right? They said, well, if you could have one wish, what would it be? And I thought about it for a second, and my response was kind of interesting. I said, the ability to get people to do things.
His evangelical approach to business comes at least in part from his father, a Baptist minister. His business philosophy he developed on his own.
Build flexibility and change into the business or you'll be obsolete in a short time. And number 2 is find the best athletes as you possibly can, bring them in, show them the vision, and let them do their job.
This grassroots entrepreneur is determined to make Avernex the phone company of the future. His dream is his passion.
I want to keep doing this when I'm 80, 90 years old. I mean, I'm the type of guy that loves what I'm doing, likes to come to work, likes to sell people on the vision and the opportunity, and likes to be thinking about what that's going to be different 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now.
Robin McElhatton, Silicon Valley Business This Week.
From tomorrow, you'll be able to roll all your phone, pager and mobile numbers into one. People will be able to ring just one number to track you down, even overseas. And as consumer expert Helen Wellings reports, it saves time and money too.
You have 8 saved fax messages. To listen to your messages, press 1.
The new computer software system has been developed by American company Avernex. Instead of trying to call someone through multiple numbers for work, home, mobile, pager, fax, answering machine or hotels, one number will do it automatically and find you anywhere.
Well, it's effectively a secretary. It's also a briefcase.
Please enter your passcode. You have 2 new messages.
And if you happen to be interstate visiting relatives, what have you, you can tie that number in there and you can be contactable at any point in time.
It enables users to screen incoming calls.
Betsy Burton.
And I know he will answer the call when he finds out it's me.
Connecting.
Oh, hi,
It can direct non-urgent calls to voicemail, return phone calls with a single keystroke, and place callers on hold. If you phone an AVOX number, you're charged at the local call rate. The cost of AVOX searching different numbers is picked up by the subscriber. Plus, there's a $20 monthly fee. But business and consumer groups are pretty positive about this new system.
9955.
And as for the American voice, well, that'll soon be replaced by an Aussie one. Helen Wellings, 7 Nightly News.
Up next, a California company has a solution for too many phone numbers. After the break, Ron Hooper of Avernex Communications will explain. Next.
Many people curse their office's ability to reach them anywhere. Others want to be easy to find. For those of you in the latter group, something new. It's called AVOX from a company called Avernex. And before I utter another X word, let's meet the chairman and CEO of Avernex, Ron Hooper, who's in our San Francisco bureau. Welcome to Digital Jam.
Thank you, Steve. It's good to be here.
AVOX is a way for people to have a single phone number and to be reachable a multitude of ways. Explain how that works.
Well, it's a simple idea, Steve, that time has come. It's a telephone number that's tied to an individual rather than a location or a device. So it doesn't matter anymore where your location is. People will communicate with you in the same way.
Well, I've been hearing about phone companies talking about portable phone numbers. Is that different?
Well, Avernex is a phone company. We're an international long-distance competitive carrier, and we're launching this product in the United States and Australia and Japan. And it's a telephone product designed to manage several different phone numbers.
So you're not selling equipment, you're selling a service.
Exactly. In fact, it requires no change in the customer's current equipment. So they're using a desk set and cellular or a pager, or that all remains the same. The only difference is they have one telephone number that connects to all of those devices rather than individual telephone numbers.
Does this kind of thing have to be done company-wide? I mean, can a defined number of employees in a big company have it and the rest don't?
Yeah, absolutely. We have either single users or group users. In fact, we put group users of 2 or more people together so that they can securely share information, fax mail, voicemail, conference calling, those kinds of things between their closed user groups, or just a single user that needs a single number, wants to live in the Marin Hills and run his business from there and create a very professional interface to the people that need to talk to him.
Ron, this sounds like it might be similar to a company we've had on, Wildfire, which uses a female voice as a kind of interface. Do callers interface with a voice in your system, or how does it work?
Well, we use IVR voice technology, which means the customer uses the DTMF pads on the handset to instruct the system what to do. Voice recognition is an exciting technology, and we're certainly looking forward to it as it evolves. But our product is designed for a mobile road warrior, as we would call, someone that's on the move all the time. The system needs to work exactly the same way in any environment.
I was alluding before to people who like to be found and people who don't. If you've got AVOX, can you screen and be unreachable to those you don't want to reach you?
Absolutely. In fact, it's a win-win product for both the caller and the subscriber. The caller, when he calls into your AVOX account, it'll introduce his name to you, so you have choices on whether you want to talk to him live or put him into voicemail or send him to anybody, any telephone number in the world or part of your closed user group. And he has choices too. He can talk to you live, leave a voicemail, but it'll always introduce the caller to you ahead of time so that you know exactly what you need to do next in your communication path.
This market isn't a cakewalk. You've got another competitor, at least SoloPoint, which I believe does not issue new phone numbers. Isn't that an advantage? Because if you have to have a new phone number, you have to have new business cards and so forth.
Well, luckily there's going to be a lot of opportunities and a lot of solutions for mobility. Our workers are becoming more mobile in the way that they get around. And so SoloPoint is a very exciting piece of hardware. Ours is really a service, so it's designed on a telco standard platform, so it has all the redundancy of a full redundant telephone company, and it has international access from all over the world, and so it's designed for a serious professional that is very, very mobile in its business and needs to incorporate a wireless and wireline and pagers and faxes and voicemail and all those different things behind one simple single telephone number.
I found Wildfire a little bit tough to master. How hard is it to get up and running with AVOX?
Well, I think that's the exciting thing about AVOX is it walks the customer through in 5 minutes. He's set up and ready to go. And since it's subscriber-centric, as we say, the subscriber can make those changes. So he can be changing telephone numbers, who's in first place, who's in second place. And so it's designed to be very simple and straightforward in 9 different languages.
Ron, thanks very much. I expect any time I call you, I'll reach you, right?
That's exactly right. I'll take your call for sure.
Ron Hooper, the chairman and CEO of Avernix.